Hi everybody, it's Richard here again and welcome to another video. Now this is a continuation on my little series of 20 favourite LP tracks or B-sides by some of my favourite artists. Now I have done Elton John, I've done David Bowie and I've done The Jam. And this time I'm going to do what I always call the best pure pop band ever to grace this earth. And that is ABBA. Now ABBA in the UK especially were mega successful. They were also mega successful in Australia. Not so much in the US, although I do believe Dancing Queen had the #1 spot over there. But over here they had 9 #1 hit singles. And I'm going to see if I can actually say what they are. They are Waterloo, Mamma Mia, Fernando, Dancing Queen, Knowing Me, Knowing You, Take a Chance on Me, The Name of the Game, Super Trooper and The Winner Takes It All. But what a lot of people don't realise is they had 9 #1 albums. Now granted 4 of those are compilation albums, and their 1992 album Gold is still in the charts. It's sitting at number 26 in the UK charts and it is spending its 981st week in the charts, and there's only one album that's been on the charts longer, and that is Queen's Greatest Hits, and it was even released over a year before Gold. But they also had, as I say, 8 other #1s, 3 of them compilations, and it was a string of 8 in a row. So from Arrival in 1976 up to the singles in 1982, all their albums got to #1. So that's 8 #1 albums in a row, and the only band I can think of that did that in the 70s were Led Zeppelin. So anyway, that's less of the chart stats, and we'll go into my 20 favourite album tracks by them. Okay, so at number 20, I'm actually giving it 2 songs because it's more or less the same song, and it's from Arrival. Well, one of the versions is from Arrival, and it's called Why Did It Have to Be Me, which has got a great sax in it, and it has got Bjorn on lead vocal, and I think it's a magnificent song. But that was actually a re-recording of a song called Happy Hawaii, which was the B-side of Knowing Me, Knowing You. This actually came first, although it was issued second, and this has got the girls in on lead vocals, and I think it's every bit as good. This is actually a little bit more updated than the previous one. The previous one sounded a little bit more like their 3rd album material. This sounds actually more like the Arrival material, but I love it, both of them, so they get number 20. At number 19, and from The Visitors, I've given it to a song called Soldiers. Now Soldiers is a great number. It's actually quite long. It's over 4.5 minutes. Fantastic vocals by the girls, and there's great guitar work through this as well. It's a more deeper and a less upbeat type cut by ABBA. It's a more serious song. I really do like it. It's my favourite album by theirs, by the way, The Visitors. So Soldiers gets number 19. Number 18, and I'm giving it to, from the Waterloo album, Hasta Mañana, which also featured on the Greatest Hits. Beautiful, beautiful song. Video for it in black and white, which you'll find on YouTube. Absolutely gorgeous. Love it. I love all these songs. So Hasta Mañana gets my number 18. Number 17, and we'll go back to The Visitors again. And now this was a single in the US, but it wasn't a single over here, and it's When All Is Said and Done. It's quite upbeat, although it's the same sort of type song as The Winner Takes It All, rather than it being Bjorn and Agneta. This is about Benny and Frida split up, but it's really good video as well, and that gets my number 17. At number 16, and from Arrival, and it's also a B-side of Dancing Queen, and it's a song called That's Me, and it's just upbeat, really good, very strong pop song. It could have been a single in its own right, and this opens up, no it doesn't, it's the second song on side 2 after Money Money Money. So That's Me gets my number 16. Now number 15 is another B-side, and this wasn't on any album, and this is the B-side of One of Us, and it's Should I Laugh or Cry, and this should have been on the Visitors. I don't think the boys liked it too much. They thought it was a little bit clunky from going from the verse to the bridge to the chorus, but I think it's an absolutely magnificent song. I believe Frida takes the lead on this, and you know, it gets in my top 20, and to be honest, it should have been on the album. Okay, it's been on all the CD releases ever since as a bonus track, but it should have been there first time round. And number 14, and we'll go back to the Waterloo album, and this is the one with, I believe, the only lead vocal by Benny, and it's a song called Susie Hang Around. It's quite 60s, quite Byrds influenced. Really, really good. It's a little bit psychedelic. It's just a really good pop song, and it does stick out a little bit of a sore thumb in this, because this is like their glam album, but it's really catchy and I love it, and it gets number 14. And at number 13 we'll stick with this album, and it's Honey Honey, which was not a single in the UK, but it was in other territories. It should have been. Sweet Dreams actually had a hit with it around the same time as the Ring Ring single was released from this. Ring Ring managed 32 in the charts. Sweet Dreams, I think, got top 10, well, it got top 20 at least, which tells you that the Honey Honey song was a better choice as a single, but they didn't do it over here. And at number 12, I'm going to go back to the Visitors again, and it's the title track, first song, side one. Absolutely magnificent. Now there is an edited version, which was the B-side of Head Over Heels here. It may have been a single in America, I'm not sure, but this is like, it's almost like synth pop. Really, really good, from a fantastic album. And at number 11 from the Super Trooper album, we have Me and I, which I think is another magnificent Frida led vocal. It too should have been a single. It's the last song on side one. It is very heavily synthesized, but these last two albums were, but they do sound really, really good, so it gets my number 11. And number 10, and from Arrival, we have the ballad My Love My Life, which is absolutely heartbreaking. Agnetha's lead vocals are absolutely stunning in it. Beautiful, beautiful song, and it is the third song on side one. Beautiful song, but never gets on any compilations. And at number 9, and this here was going to be a single. I think it was supposed to be the first single off the album, and then it was supposed to be the second single off the album, then the third, but it never actually came out. And it's from the Voulez-Vous album, and it is If It Wasn't For The Night, or If It Wasn't For The Nights. I can never remember if it's plural. But yeah, a really good disco classic, and again there's video for this on YouTube with them performing. I think it's from the Japan DVD, but absolutely brilliant, and it would have been a huge hit single if it had been released. At number 8, and it's almost like a throwaway song, and it's Bang a Boomerang, which I absolutely love, and again there's another video for this. I believe this was the song that was given to, is it Sven and Lotto or Lotta, for the entry into Eurovision 1975, the year after ABBA actually won it, and it didn't do too well, and I think it's the same backing as well. But I love this, and it's on their greatest hits, the first greatest hits album, which is where I first heard it. Absolutely adore the song, and as I say, there's a video for it on YouTube. And at number 7, and we'll go back to the Waterloo album, and this too featured on the greatest hits, and it is a song called Dance While the Music Still Goes On. It's a perfect pop song. It's got Bjorn lead vocal, and the girls come in. It's just an absolutely magnificent song, and it too would have been a huge hit if it was ever released as a single. At number 6, and the only one that's coming from the Ring Ring album, is Another Town, Another Train. Now this has vocals by Bjorn. It also featured on that greatest hits album, In fact, this album wasn't released until the 1980s over here. It's their first album. It's actually credited to Bjorn Benny and Agneta Frida. It's a pretty good album, but the song Another Town, Another Train is the highlight of this. It's just perfectly composed pop song. Absolutely love it. Okay, at number 5, and we'll go back to the Super Trooper album. And this is a very schmaltzy song, but again I love it. And it's called The Way Old Friends Do. It's a live recording which has been sort of touched up in the studio. They did this live at the end of each of their shows in '79 with Benny on the the accordion, and the girls coming down and singing. Then they added a little bit to it and put it on the Super Trooper album. Great song. Now, this was covered a lot of times in the 1980s by local country acts in Northern Ireland, so I heard so many different people sing this song, but it's a beautiful, beautiful song. So The Way Old Friends Do gets me number 5. Number 4, and a disco classic, which again could have been a single, and it's from Voulez-Vous, and it's the opener, As Good As New, with the strings, the funky bass, the catchy chorus. It has it all. It's better than the song Voulez-Vous itself. Could have been, should have been a single, but yet again so many of these should have been singles. So I guess my number 4. Number 3, and we'll go back to the Visitors again, and it's the last song on side 2, and it's Frida singing Like an Angel Passing Through My Room, which is hauntingly beautiful. Even Madonna does a really good version of this. She recorded it around the time of her music album, but absolutely beautiful. It's very sparse with a clock ticking in the background. Absolutely beautiful and quite haunting song. So that gets my number 3. Number 2, and this was a single in certain places but not in the UK, and it's I think it's the only one from this album I'm including, and it's Eagle. It's the first song on side 1. There is an edited version that works really well. Again, there's a video for this, and it is absolutely brilliant. I just love it. It's a fantastic song. It too would have been a huge hit if it had ever been released over here. And then my favourite ABBA, if I can find it here, my favourite ABBA LP track, and it's a weird one because it's an instrumental, and it's the instrumental title track for Arrival. I absolutely love this, and I love Mike Oldfield's version as well, but I do prefer ABBA's. Now, I have heard this with words to it. Frida has done a version called Time, where words have been added, and then there was another one where words were added for what do you call Andrew Lloyd? Sarah Brightman, and it's beautiful as well, but nothing beats the haunting original. And whenever you can just imagine this in concert, I don't think they actually used it as an opener in concert, but this would have been a perfect one where the music starts playing, and then whenever the minute and a half goes in and the girls come in with the humming and the oohs and ahs, oh, I could just imagine the place erupting. I absolutely love Arrival. Fantastic album, fantastic song. Okay, so those are my 20 favourite LP tracks of, as I say, the best pop band ever to grace this earth, ABBA. Honestly, there's a lot more than just ABBA Gold. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope to have another video quite soon. All the best now. Bye bye.